Baroque. Go get some symphonic stuff. It's good for you. A little bit of classical never hurt anybody. If you totally hate it, go find some Baroque music that you don't totally hate. Okay? Now from there, how are you listening to this? Because just like the smell from the Navras, you can influence yourself with repetitive tunes. Make some mixtapes, things like that. Now at home, I listen to it on headphones. Music, I believe, in the modern age, especially if it's recorded in any way post-production, is designed to be listened to on headphones. Baroque music is probably a little bit better on a stereo, but myself, when I'm listening to music at home, I don't really listen to a lot of Baroque, I'll be honest with you anymore. I don't listen to a huge ton of it. So generally I work with more Goa side trance, ambient, that kind of techno stuff. And I believe that most of that music is composed with and designed to be listened on headphones. So a good set of headphones is invaluable. Now, also you can keep the volume level low, otherwise you're going to damage your hearing. So what's the first thing you do? You get your headphones home. Number one thing you want to do is take away, well, you got to sanitize your headphones so you're not going to be, littering with people. These particular headphones here, if the paint doesn't come off, you just take your marker and very deftly draw over it as best you can. Just the brand name so that you're not advertising without being paid for it. Yeah, that's not too bad. Kind of covers it up, basically, so other people go, oh, well, that's cool. Now, as technology advances with headphones, holy cow, can you spend money on headphones? Oh my God. Like, there's a bunch of different companies out of Germany and stuff like that. They make these headphones that just get out of control. And I don't know enough about audio stuff to really, advise on certain kinds of headphones, but there's certain perks with other, certain kinds of headphones. These ones here, which I got, which are pretty cool, have a feature called noise cancellation, where you activate a little switch, battery powered, but what you do is you put them on, and it has the effect of being able to filter out outside sounds so that you can't hear outside noise, and it makes the sound that you're hearing through your headphones a lot cleaner. So if you're sitting in a coffee shop and you're able to actually, sit down with your laptop and do some work, throw the headphones on. Throw the headphones on. If you've got glasses that have a little bit of light fade on it and you're outside or whatever, throw these on, and suddenly you're in your own world. No one's going to mess with a guy sitting in a coffee shop doing this. It's not going to happen. No one's going to come in and be like, excuse me. You ignore them. And then they leave you. You're invincible, invulnerable. Unless they come up and physically make contact with you. In which case, well, we get into another section of the show, which I'm not allowed to talk about. Now, moving past the headphones, wow, that's really loud. Noise cancellation, I really dig. It's a very interesting technique. It's been used a lot on planes. But when you're not at the coffee shop and you're walking around, you got your sunglasses on, how are you going to be able to make sure that you don't become subjected to all these things? People, you have the Carney Barker syndrome. Everyone's gone to the fair, and you get people going, hey, why don't you come on over here and win something for your wife or whatever, they do this crap. So you're walking around, you want to avoid all the noise, all the hubbub, all the screaming, all the broadcasted advertising, especially in the day and age now where we're approaching a time where people are going to be beaming messages directly orally at you, specifically as you walk by. It's getting to the point where, aside from sunglasses, which protect your eyes from radiation and invasion of your privacy and, sort of a kind of a snooping, really, like a port snooping that people do subconsciously when they try to sell you stuff, you're going to need to get yourself a set of headphones to wear when you're walking around day to day. Technology's around now where you can get, any number of convergent devices, which, has your MP3 player, you have your cell phone, all that good stuff, all in one. So you get yourself a set of mobile headphones and you wear them. After, of course, sanitizing them. You got to make sure that. And when you sanitize, you don't have to sanitize every single marking on there. If you don't recognize a logo or a name and it's not easily recognizable, you see like the name is there, well, just draw over the name. You don't need to get all crazy about it. You don't have to completely make your headphones look horrible. Just go and draw a little beam like that. Even almost kind of suits the whole thing, so nobody really notices it. It's not a big deal. If you want to get artistic about it, sure, use some license, personalize them. It serves another added advantage is if somebody were to walk away with your headphones, you'd be easily able to identify them. So as you walk around with your headphones on, this, again, isolates you. It keeps you away from everyone else. Even if you don't have any music playing, because you want to be aware of your environment, you can be sitting there listening to your music with your sunglasses on, do-do-de-do, listening to music, and you simply deactivate the music, bang, and no one's aware that you're actually hyper vigilant in your own environment. And when you think that if you're on a subway, say, or something like that, something sketchy's going on, you want to avoid it, you can start the music you can at your leisure. But it's always good because people realize you're not part of the environment there. You're closed off. You have that brain armor, that firewall present. If you want to take it one step further, when you're out in public, and I think everyone should do this. I think everyone should own a series of hats. Now this hat here, you can't really tell by looking at it, but this hat here has its name brand on it, but because it's a camouflage hat and multicam, you can't really see what the name brand is, so I'd say that passes not for brain littering. I put a Canadian flag on mine on a Velcro patch. You can take it on, put it off. You can put other patches on there. You know, if the RANT radio patches were still available, you could get one of those, but they're not. Only certain special people have those, and those people who have them are imbued with magical powers. For those of us who don't have the patches, you get whatever, maybe something generic like an American flag, something that's neutral, so it looks like you're saying something, but in actuality, you're really not. You just kind of got this hat on. So you throw your hat on over top, do-do-de-do, and then you have eye contact broken. You're sitting there on your, you know, tram or L or whatever you have that you're transporting. Say you're taking the bus or you're riding your bike. You're just walking down the street. Do-do-de-do-de-do, and you are, in essence, armored from the skin out. Now, you have a series of different companies make, like silver threaded hats that actually take it one step further. It's like having a Faraday cage around the top of your head to stop EMF signals. This is a glorified version of the tinfoil hat. And the tinfoil hat, although we'll be discussing that as well, sometimes, you know, you have to draw your own personal limits to how far you want to go. Some people just think, I would start with a ball cap and then work towards, you know, your tinfoil boonie concept. But that's only for, you know, your really hardcore wogs out there who probably need it. Last but not least, you must plan for the eventuality of failure, as all good engineers do. When I have that, it's always good to have a fail-safe. Now, other than using a variety of like weird narcotics and stuff like that, if you get overwhelmed, if you get a case of the black shakes and the world is rushing in on you, some really good friends of mine from weblife.org, came and gave me some stuff that called ume plum concentrate. Now this ume plum stuff, it's from Japan. I guess the samurais, before they go out on the battlefield, cut each other up, they used to mac out on these ume plums that were pickled. Now the ume plums themselves are kind of toxic, but once you pickle them, there's something about the plums that it kind of affects that, and it gets rid of anxiety. The one company I know makes it, because they sent me some stuff and they thought it was cool, was these guys called Eden Foods. Nice people, you know, they got their own ideas, you know, I mean, they got their own belief system and stuff like that, just like the guys who make the incense have their belief system. But their product, well, let me tell you, it works. You all you do is take a little dollop of this weird tarry stuff, which is really, really hardcore, and you put it on your tongue, like just to even that little bit there. Sometimes when it ships, it comes with a little spoon, but this stuff is like total tar. I just take it and lick it straight off the lid. Absorbs through the skin and the mouth, straight into the bloodstream, and you will find it has the application, like Shinto priests use this stuff before they meditate. It makes them very present. It makes them able to like focus, get outside of their head and into reality so that you don't get confused and lost. Very, very handy, and an excellent rescue remedy to have in case you wind up getting overwhelmed. And that's pretty much the use of it. Now there's lots of things you can span on from there. You can go out, think about different things you can use. As you get involved in the culture, you'll find new and exciting ways to protect yourself and create your own forms of brain armor. But this is just the basics. Where you go from here is up to you. My name is Sean Kennedy, and I am the fucking man. Get a lot of questions sometimes. People asking, why is advertising so bad, Sean? What's wrong with a couple of commercials? You know, like, what's the big deal? Why is advertising always bugging you? Why are you and Sim so upset about the whole advertising concept? They're just presenting you with options. You can either go here or you can go here. And you feel like, oh, well, you know, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. It's kind of an educational thing, right? I mean, advertising's out there. It's part of business. Business is good. Business is commerce. None of this is real. None of that is true. Okay, first of all, advertising has one goal and one goal only, to make you spend money. Anything that reminds you to spend money in any way is advertising. I don't care how it works. Now, talking about art, culture, music, all that kind of stuff, sometimes that can be disguised so that it's not really advertising. And you think, oh, we're just talking about art. No, but they're advertising an art show, and unless the art makes money, then it's somehow not marketable and it's not very good, and then things start getting a little bit crazy that way. Advertising is a play, and it's infiltrating our culture as art. It is a method, and there's so many meanings of it. It's not just, it's closing in all around us. Pretty soon we're not even going to have a method to be able to do anything without being advertised. It's on the radio, it's on the airwaves, it's on our clothing, it's everywhere we look. There's absolutely nowhere you cannot go without advertising closing in on you.